Who exactly are you to him? The woman's voice cut through the marble lobby like glass breaking. Sharp. Clean. Designed to wound. Zara stood there, overnight bag clutched against her chest, suddenly aware of every borrowed thread on her body. The silk blouse that wasn't hers. The designer shoes that pinched. The confidence she'd worn like a costume that morning, now crumbling under the weight of a single question. I asked you a question. The woman stepped closer, her perfume expensive, her smile surgical. Everyone's wondering. The staff. His colleagues. Me. She paused, let the silence press down. So who are you? His charity case? His what? The words landed exactly where they were meant to. Hello, family. Welcome back to another story. Before we dive deeper into Zara's world, I have one small request that would mean everything to me. Please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps these stories alive. It helps us shine light on the struggles, the hope, the quiet battles people fight every single day. And after you subscribe, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I love knowing we're building this community together, across cities, across countries, across every border that tries to divide us. Now let's go back. Let's go back to where it all started. 3 days earlier, Zara Cole had prayed for mercy. Not the grand kind. Not miracles or windfalls or divine intervention. Just mercy. Just one soft place to land in a city that had chewed her up and spit her out for the 100th time. Lagos had been brutal that day. The kind of brutal that soaks into your bones. She'd lost a cleaning job that morning. Late again, they said, though the buses weren't reliable, and her phone had died 2 days ago because she couldn't afford to recharge it. She'd walked for hours looking for work, any work. Her CV printed on paper so cheap it was already curling at the edges from her sweat. Then the rain came. Not the gentle kind. The angry kind. The kind that floods streets in minutes and doesn't care about your plans or your pride or the fact that you're already drowning in ways that have nothing to do with water. Zara found herself in a neighborhood she didn't recognize. Quiet. Gated. The kind of place where even the air felt expensive. She was soaked through, shivering, her phone dead, her bag heavy with rejection when she saw it. The gates. Towering. Black iron with gold accents catching the streetlights. Behind them, a mansion glowing like something out of a dream. Warm lights in every window. Manicured gardens. Safety. Her mind made the leap before logic could stop it. A hotel. It had to be a hotel. One of those luxury boutique places the rich people stayed at when they visited Lagos. She'd heard about them. Never seen one. But this had to be it. Exhaustion decided for her. She pressed the buzzer. A crackling voice answered. Professional. Polite. Yes. Zara's voice broke. She steadied it. I need a room. Just for tonight. I can pay. A lie. She had maybe enough for a cheap guest house, if they existed in neighborhoods like this. Please. Silence. Then, one moment. The gates swung open. Zara walked through them like she was walking through the gates of heaven itself. A man in uniform met her at the door. He didn't question her. Didn't ask for payment. Just led her inside, through hallways that smelled like jasmine and money, up a curved staircase that belonged in movies, to a bedroom bigger than any apartment she'd ever lived in. The bathroom is there, he said, gesturing. Dinner will be brought up shortly. Is there anything else you need? Zara shook her head, too stunned to speak. He left. She stood there, dripping rainwater onto marble floors, staring at a bed with sheets so white they seemed to glow. She touched them. Silk. Real silk. She showered in a bathroom with heated floors. Ate food she couldn't name, but that tasted like every good thing she'd ever been denied. Slept in that silk bed, sinking into softness she didn't know existed. For one night, Zara Cole stopped surviving. For one night, she simply existed. She didn't know the mistake she'd made. She didn't know that tomorrow, a man named Ethan Brooks would walk into his guest room and find a stranger sleeping in his house. She didn't know that some mistakes don't feel like mistakes at all. Not at first. Not until someone asks, "Who exactly are you to him?" Morning came with sunlight. Warm. Golden. The kind of light that doesn't exist in cramped rooms with broken windows and neighbors who fight through walls. Zara opened her eyes slowly, luxuriously, stretching in sheets that whispered against her skin. For 3 perfect seconds, she forgot where she was. Then she remembered. The hotel. The miracle. The one good thing Lagos had given her in months. She sat up, already calculating. She'd need to leave soon. Check out. face whatever the room cost, and figure out how to explain that she couldn't actually pay it. But for now, just for now, she'd take her time. She'd use the bathroom one more time. She'd memorize what peace felt like. The door opened. Not knocked. Opened. A man stood in the doorway. Tall. Sharp-featured. American accent bleeding through his confusion. Who are you? Zara froze, sheet clutched to her chest. I'm a guest? A guest. He said it like he was tasting the word, finding it foreign. In my house. The world tilted. Your house. My house. He stepped inside, and Zara saw it then, the way he moved through the space. Like he owned it. Because he did. This isn't a hotel. But the gates, the staff, they let me in. They let you into my private residence. His voice was controlled. Too controlled. The kind of control that comes before anger. How did you what were you thinking? Zara's mind raced, tripping over itself. Not a hotel. His house. His staff. His bedroom she'd slept in. His food she'd eaten. His silk sheets currently wrapped around her like evidence. I thought, her voice cracked. I'm sorry. I thought it was a hotel. I was in the rain, and she stopped. What could she possibly say that would make this less humiliating? He stared at her, really looked at her, took in her cheap bag in the corner, her worn shoes by the bed, the way she was shrinking into herself like prey. Something in his expression shifted. You really thought this was a hotel, he said. Not a question, a realization. Yes. The word came out small, broken. Silence stretched between them. Zara waited for him to call security. Call the police. Call whoever rich people called when they found strangers sleeping in their guest rooms. Instead, he laughed. Not cruel laughter. Surprised laughter. The kind that escapes before you can stop it. He shook his head. You rang my doorbell in the rain and asked for a room, and my staff just let you in. I'm sorry, Zara said again. I'll leave right now. Where will you go? The question caught her off guard. What? Where will you go? He leaned against the doorframe, studying her with eyes that saw too much. In the rain. With no phone. No money. Where exactly will you go, miss? Zara. Zara Cole. Ethan Brooks. He didn't extend his hand. Didn't move closer. And you didn't answer my question. Zara's throat tightened. The truth sat there, ugly and unavoidable. Nowhere. She had nowhere to go. No job. No home. No plan beyond surviving one more day in a city that didn't want her. I'll figure it out, she said instead. Right. Ethan pushed off the doorframe. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get dressed. Then you're going to come downstairs and have breakfast. Then we're going to have a conversation about how my staff let a complete stranger into my house without bothering to inform me. I don't need. It wasn't a request, Zara Cole. He left before she could argue. Zara sat there in his guest room, in his silk sheets, trying to understand what had just happened. He should have been angry. Should have thrown her out. Should have treated her like the trespasser she was. Instead, he'd invited her to breakfast. She got dressed slowly, her own clothes rough and cheap after a night in borrowed luxury. Walked downstairs like she was walking to her own execution. The dining room was enormous. Windows overlooking gardens that belonged in magazines. A table set for two. Ethan sat at one end, coffee in hand, watching her enter. Sit, he said. Zara sat. The mistake had become something else now. Something she didn't have a name for yet. Something that felt dangerously close to hope. If you're enjoying Zara's story, please subscribe. Help us reach more people who need to hear stories like this. Stories about dignity, about second chances, about finding yourself in the last place you expected. Comment below and tell me, have you ever made a mistake that changed your life? One day became two. Two became four. Zara stopped asking when she needed to leave. Ethan stopped mentioning it. It happened quietly, the way most important things do. A guest room that became her room. Clothes that appeared in the closet. Not charity, Ethan insisted, just practical. You can't keep wearing the same outfit. Meals that went from awkward silence to actual conversation. They talked about everything and nothing. She told him about Lagos. The real Lagos. Not the one tourists saw, or the one rich people drove past in tinted cars. The Lagos of crowded buses and street vendors and landlords who locked you out if you were 3 days late on rent. The Lagos that had chewed her up and taught her how to survive on nothing but stubbornness and prayer. He told her about America. About building a tech company from his college dorm room. About selling it for money he still couldn't quite believe was real. About coming back to Nigeria his parents' homeland, not quite his, and feeling like a stranger in a place that was supposed to be home. "You don't sound Nigerian," Zara said one evening. They were in the living room, rain drumming against the windows like it had that first night. "I'm not. Not really." Ethan's voice carried something heavy. "I'm American, born and raised. But my parents, they wanted me to reconnect. To invest here. To remember where I came from." He paused. "Problem is, I never came from here. I just visit." "Must be lonely," Zara said softly. "Being caught between worlds like that." He looked at her then. Really looked at her. "Yeah, it is." The moment stretched, filled with things neither of them knew how to say. "You should come to my office tomorrow," Ethan said suddenly. "I need to handle some things. You'll be bored here all day." "I don't think." It wasn't a request, Zara Cole. She heard the echo of that first morning in his words. Smiled despite herself. "You keep saying that. You keep arguing. Someone has to keep you humble." He laughed. The sound was becoming familiar. Comfortable. Dangerous. The office was glass and steel and ambition made physical. Ethan's company occupied 3 floors in Victoria Island's business district. Everyone moved with purpose. Everyone belonged. Everyone except Zara. She felt it immediately. The looks. The questions in people's eyes that they were too professional to ask out loud. She wore one of the dresses from the closet. Simple, elegant, probably cost more than she used to make in 3 months, but it didn't matter. She could feel the difference between her and them like a physical weight. "Mr. Brooks." A woman approached. Mid-30s. Beautiful. Confident in the way people are when they've never had to doubt their place in the world. "I didn't know you were bringing a guest today." "Chisholm, this is Zara." "Zara, Chisholm heads our operations here." Chisholm's smile was perfect. Empty. "Welcome. Are you visiting from the States as well?" "No, Zara's staying with me," Ethan cut in smoothly. "She's helping me understand Lagos better. The real city. Not just the business district." The lie was kind. Protective. It made Zara feel grateful and small all at once. "How interesting," Chisholm said. Her eyes said other things. "Well, enjoy your visit, Zara." She walked away, heels clicking against marble like a countdown. The day crawled. Zara sat in Ethan's office, watching him work, feeling more and more like a question mark in a room full of answers. His world was meetings and decisions and money moving through screens like water. Her world was survival. They shouldn't fit together. They didn't fit together. Late afternoon. The power cut without warning. Lagos being Lagos. The generator would kick in soon, Ethan's assistant assured them, but for now, darkness. Complete. The kind of darkness that makes you forget where you are. Zara stood to find her way to the window. Bumped into someone in the blackness. Ethan. His hands caught her waist. Steadied her. They were too close. Too close in the dark where truth lives. "Sorry," she whispered. "Don't be." They spoke at the same time. Both stopped. Both felt the air change between them. Their lips brushed. Accident. Intention. The space between too narrow to measure. Zara pulled back first. "I should." The lights blazed back to life. They stood there, exposed. Unable to pretend the moment hadn't happened. Unable to pretend it meant nothing. This story continues, but only if you're with us. Subscribe. Join this family. Let's keep building something beautiful together. And please comment below, where are you watching from? I want to know we're reaching you. The kiss sat between them like a third person at every meal. They didn't talk about it, didn't acknowledge it, but it was there. In the way Ethan's eyes lingered half a second too long. In the way Zara found reasons to leave rooms when the silence got too heavy. 1 week became 2. Zara started to understand luxury's cruelest trick. How quickly the extraordinary becomes ordinary. Silk sheets. Fresh flowers in every room. Food that didn't come from street vendors. Safety. She was getting used to it. Getting comfortable. Getting dependent. The thought terrified her. She was sitting in the garden one afternoon, trying to read a book from Ethan's library, when she heard the voice. American. Female. Familiar in the way Ethan's voice had been that first morning. "Ethan! God, I've missed this place." Zara looked up. The woman was stunning. That was the first thing. The second thing was how she moved through the house. Their house, Ethan's house, like she'd done it 1,000 times before. Like she had keys. Like she had history. She had both. "Vanessa." Ethan appeared in the garden doorway. His voice was careful. "Surprised. I didn't know you were coming." "Surprise." Vanessa laughed, bright and easy. I had meetings in Accra, thought I'd swing through Lagos. See how you're settling in. Her eyes found Zara. Oh, you have company. This is Zara. Zara, Vanessa Hart. We used to date. Back in San Francisco. Used to. Past tense. But Vanessa moved past Ethan like the past was very much present, settling onto the garden bench with the ease of someone who belonged. So Zara. Vanessa's smile was warm. Generous. Completely terrifying. How do you know Ethan? The question again. Different voice. Same blade. I'm staying here for a bit, Zara said carefully. How nice. Ethan always was too generous. Vanessa touched his arm. Casual. Possessive. Remember when you let that programmer crash in your guest room for 3 months? You're such a soft touch. The words landed exactly where they were meant to. A soft touch. A charity case. A guest room stranger. It's not like that, Ethan said, but his voice lacked conviction. Or maybe Zara just couldn't hear it past the ringing in her ears. Vanessa stayed for dinner. Of course she did. She fit perfectly into Ethan's world. Talked about mutual friends, about tech conferences, about opportunities in emerging markets. She spoke the language of his life. His real life. The one that existed before a rainy night and a stupid mistake. Zara excused herself early. Said she was tired. No one protested. She lay in bed, her bed that wasn't her bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to laughter drift up from downstairs. Ethan's laugh. Vanessa's laugh. The sound of two people who made sense together. Morning came with clarity. The cruel kind. Zara had been playing house in someone else's life. Wearing someone else's clothes. Eating someone else's food. Sleeping in someone else's home. And somewhere along the way, she'd started to believe she could stay. Started to believe that accidental kiss meant something. Started to believe she was more than temporary. But Vanessa's presence had shown her the truth. Zara didn't belong here. Not in this house. Not in this world. Not with Ethan Brooks, who was kind but couldn't answer simple questions. Who let her stay but never said why. Who kissed her in the dark but kept distance in the light. She packed quietly. Just her old things. Left the borrowed clothes hanging in the closet like ghosts. The note took longer. She wrote it. Crossed it out. Wrote it again. Finally. Some mistakes feel too much like home. Thank you for the shelter. Z. She left it on the bed. Silk sheets perfectly made. Room pristine like she'd never been there at all. The gates opened automatically as she approached. She walked through them, overnight bag clutched against her chest, and didn't look back. Later, Ethan would return from a morning meeting to find the note. Would stand in the empty guest room with paper in his hands and something cracking in his chest. Later, he would realize that money couldn't keep people. That silence was its own kind of cruelty. That he'd let fear decide instead of courage. But right now, in this moment, Zara Cole walked back into Lagos, broke, uncertain, changed, and chose dignity over comfort. Sometimes that's the only choice left. Sometimes it's the only one that matters. 3 weeks of silence. 3 weeks of Zara returning to the Lagos she knew. The real one. Cramped rooms. Unreliable electricity. Jobs that paid just enough to survive but never enough to breathe. She'd gotten work at a small cafe in Yaba, cleaning tables, washing dishes, serving coffee to students and hustlers who barely looked at her. She was invisible again, safe in her invisibility. Except at night. At night, she remembered silk sheets and garden conversations and a kiss in the darkness that had felt like possibility. 3 weeks of Ethan staring at a note. Some mistakes feel too much like home. He tried to focus on work, on the business, on the foundation he was launching, something about giving back, about using his resources to actually help. But every meeting felt hollow. Every decision felt meaningless. Vanessa had stayed for 5 days. Had asked finally, "So what was she really to you?" And Ethan had no answer. That was the problem, wasn't it? He'd hidden behind silence when Zara needed words. Hidden behind control when she needed honesty. He'd treated their time together like it was temporary because permanence terrified him. Because commitment meant vulnerability. Because saying, "You matter to me," out loud would make it real. And real things could hurt you. Fate or coincidence or something else entirely. That's what brought them to the same cafe on a Wednesday afternoon. Zara was wiping down tables, her back to the door, when she heard his voice ordering coffee. American accent. Familiar. Impossible. She turned. Ethan stood at the counter, looking tired. Looking lost. looking exactly like someone who'd spent 3 weeks trying to convince himself he'd made the right choice by letting silence speak for him. Their eyes met. The cafe noise faded, became distant, unimportant. Zara, just her name. But the way he said it, like relief, like regret, like a question he'd been carrying too long. Mr. Brooks. She kept her voice professional, kept distance in the formality. Can we? He gestured to a corner table. Can we talk? Please. She should have said no, should have kept the dignity she'd chosen. But something in his expression made her nod. They sat across from each other. Coffee between them. 3 weeks of silence between them. I'm sorry, Ethan said finally. I'm sorry I didn't answer when you asked what you were to me. I'm sorry I hid behind silence when you needed clarity. I'm sorry I let you leave without. He stopped. Started again. I was scared, Zara. Scared of what it meant that you mattered. Scared of how much I wanted you to stay. But not scared enough to ask me to. No, not scared enough. He leaned forward. I thought I was protecting myself. Protecting us both. But all I did was hurt you. And lose you. And spend 3 weeks realizing that safety isn't worth anything if you're alone in it. Zara felt tears building. Pushed them back. Why now? Why find me now? Because I'm done being a coward. His voice was steady now. Sure. Because I have a foundation launch next week. A gala. Important people. My whole world in one room. And I want you there. Not as a guest. Not as someone temporary. But as someone who matters to me. Someone I'm choosing. Intentionally. Ethan. I know I don't deserve yes. I know I hurt you. But I'm asking anyway. Come with me. Let me show you, let me show everyone, that you're not a mistake. That you never were. Silence. Zara thought about dignity. About the choice she'd made walking out those gates. About how easy it would be to say no. To stay safe in her invisibility. But she thought about something else too. About second chances. About men who learn. About love that starts as accident, but becomes intention. Okay, she whispered. Okay, yes. The gala was everything she'd imagined and nothing she'd expected. Ethan introduced her to everyone. Kept his hand on her back. Kept her close. When Vanessa appeared, because of course she did, Ethan's greeting was polite but distant. The past staying past. Who's this? Someone asked, gesturing to Zara. Ethan smiled. Looked at her like she was the only person in the room. Someone important. Someone I'm choosing. Not rescued. Not owned. Not temporary. Chosen. They stepped onto the balcony as the party continued inside. Lagos lights spread before them like promises. This is just the beginning, Ethan said softly. Slow. Honest. Real. I can do slow, Zara said. Good. He took her hand. Because I'm done with accidents. I want intention. Me too. Some mistakes do feel like home. But choosing, that's what makes them real.